Welcome, 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 welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Kat Carter, and I am so excited that you decided to come and hang out with me tonight. We're going to have an amazing time tonight. I have a wonderful lineup. I have my brother, he's going to be coming in soon, Kelvin Evans, and then later on we have the stamp keeper in the house, Charlene Blair, and we're going to be looking at women on stamps today. Oh yeah. So Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we come to inform, innovate, and inspire, and we surely hope that's what we've been given to you as long as we've been on Facebook and YouTube. We really hope that you are enjoying the show. Cheryl, so this is the last Friday of February.
Yeah.
So you know what that means, don't you?
I sure do.
Ooh. That's right. So it is Blowout Friday. So our prize is going to be at least $50 tonight. So I wonder who the special person will be tonight to win $50. All right. So let's start with our encouragement corner, and then I'm going to introduce you to our artist spotlight for the evening. Our encouragement reads, whenever I feel uncertain or anxious about some challenge, I reassure myself with words of encouragement such as these. God and I will handle this challenge together. There is no need to worry about problems or to be afraid to face them. Worry and fret will never solve any problem. So with strength of spirit, I stop hiding from circumstances or lashing out at them. I face the challenge with courage and conviction born of faith and fueled by God's love for me. I affirm the past has no power over me. My true reality lives within my personal oneness with God. Nothing can keep me from realizing this truth. God and I are one, and I can never be separated from the love, understanding, and peace of God. I am one with love and understanding and peace with God. Taken from the Daily Word, 365 days of love, inspiration, and guidance. So let me tell you about my artist for this evening. I am just so excited that this young man is here. He has such a beautiful spirit. I know that you all are going to enjoy him tonight. So, a man who knows no limit when it comes to playing the saxophone, and his name is Kelvin Evans. Kelvin Evans. Yes, sir. He is 34 years old and from Marion, Alabama. An up-and-coming saxophonist who loves his music almost as much as people love his barbecue. His style and sound is unique, and even though he wants to be his own self, he still credits such artists such as Gerald Albright, Kurt Whalum, Najee, John Coltrane, and Grover Washington Jr. as his greatest influences. In his own words, he says, I want people to feel every note I play. That's why I play with so much passion. And his audiences really appreciate the fact that he is so humble and down to earth. He really is. Kelvin is working on his new album entitled The Journey, coming this spring, 2021. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, my good friend, Kelvin Evans. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Kelvin.
Well,
How are you?
hello.
I am so excited to have you on the show.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm very grateful to be on with you.
Yes, sir. I was over here jamming to that song. That sounds like Michael Jackson.
Yes, that's one of my favorite songs. So I had to
Oh,
open up one of my very favorite songs by Michael Jackson. So
see, you fooled me because when we did sound checks, that is not the song. That was a nice surprise. Really nice surprise. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
So, how are you this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain at all. How about yourself?
Doing great. We are just so excited to have you here on Friday Night Live. We really enjoyed that selection. You guys show Kelvin some love and give some hearts and likes and encourage him. Oh, oh, wait a minute. Show me that saxophone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Is that silver?
Nickel silver
Wait a minute. Now,
with
I've
a
never.
beautiful engraving. I don't know if you can see that now, but yeah.
Wait, let me put it on long. Let me put it on long. Hold on.
Hey, go ahead and zoom in so you can see it. Yeah, hold on. We get the
By the
camera
way,
and stuff together. Oh, there we go.
oh MG, I have never seen a saxophone like this before.
Yeah, this is my baby right here. This.
I'm used to like the gold tone and the brass tone. That is
Oh
beautiful.
yeah,
Is that a soprano or alto or
alto. Yeah, the
alto?
one I had for sound check was the soprano.
See.
See, got you. I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, who or what inspired you to play the saxophone?
Well, growing up in the country in the South, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't a lot to do. I had my cousins to play with and all that stuff. But when they left, I had nothing to do. So my parents, my grandparents, who I used to live with back when I was younger, they used to play a lot of old school music.
Hmm.
My uncles, and my dad, they all played that old school music, and I just, every day I woke up to some type of music playing, whether it was gospel or blues, mostly blues, but it was blues, gospel, R&B, Marvin Gaye and Al Green and all that. So that's what got me into the music part of it. And then once I heard Grover Washington Jr. Mr. Magic, I think that's what like led me to like the saxophone. Cause I didn't know what a saxophone was until I asked my uncle. I said, "What's that instrument that he's playing?" Cause I like that. That sounds good. It's
Hmm.
like it's the saxophone. I'm like, man, I think I want to play that. And
Hmm.
it's funny because I don't think nobody else in my family plays instruments. Like my mom, she used to march for Grambling, so she played the flute and all that stuff. So I guess I get my musical background, I guess, from her for the most
Yeah,
part.
Gremlin? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I picked up, the saxophone, and shoot, I think I started like around 8 or 9 years old, and
I asked you
I've
how old
been
you were when you started.
yeah, I was a young buck, but I'm glad I started when I did, and stuck with it, and it's been great ever since.
Wow. So you've been playing for a little while now.
Hmm.
So, how would you describe the music that you typically create?
Um, I try to be different. Like my sound and with my style, I keep it smooth and mellow. Like it's I create music to where you want to throw it on when you're cleaning up the house or when you're on the highway and going on that family road trip, or
Yeah.
you got the top back and what I'm saying, you're enjoying the breeze and all this stuff. So that's the kind of music I like to flow with. So yeah, so I mean that's what the journey is about. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about my life and different aspects I've been through throughout from my first album to this new one's going to come out. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's also about just enjoying life, kicking back and enjoying, what I'm saying, just enjoying yourself for the most part. So
Right,
so
right.
that's pretty much where I'm going with it as far as the music is
Wait a minute.
concerned.
I saw something in your bio. You said upcoming saxophonist who loves his music as much as people love his barbecue. I think I got hungry after I read that sentence. I'm like, I want to taste.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my second thing I love to do. Like if it wasn't for music, I'd probably be like really cooking, because I love to cook. I love to grill. So that's probably that's like when I go to when I'm not playing. Like I look up different cooking recipes or different barbecue recipes and try to create it and test it on different people that come by the house. So that's
Mhm.
that's that's my second career.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that barbecue out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold
Oh
you.
yeah, you're more than welcome to.
So, who would you most like to collaborate with that you haven't with already?
Oh man, there's so many. Just with like the man. Um, I want to go on tour with like Kim. I want to go on tour with like Najee and Eric Benet,
Oh yeah.
Jill Scott. Like I love neo soul music, so anybody who does neo soul music, I want to do music with them because I love that type of music. So yeah, it's just like that. And then it's a bunch of local people who I also want to collaborate with, and because there's so much talent here in St. Louis just on its own.
Hmm.
So it's what I'm saying. So I love to collaborate with anybody local here in St. Louis. So but yeah, I'm open. Like I just love music. So whoever's making good music, that's who I want to be with.
Sounds like a plan to me. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. If you could open a show for any artist, who would that be?
Oh man, good question. Open up a show.
Do a cat jam. Open up a cat jam for me.
I definitely want to do that. I definitely we gonna have to talk because I'm mad I'm missing your event. I'm mad about that. That's all right though. We'll make up for that.
We're gonna do another one. Yeah, we're gonna do another
We'll
one.
make up for that one. But let me see. Somebody who I'm gonna mind open up. Probably somebody like I wouldn't mind opening up for like Anthony Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Hamilton, Eric Benet, Babyface. That's the one. I want to be in his band because I seen him come here and do his show with the band, man, and they killed it. I'm like, man, when Babyface came to town, him and his band killed it.
I think Babyface is from Kentucky.
I don't know. I gotta look that up. I think he's
Not mistaken.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but yeah, definitely him. I just want to be in his band. That's in Jill Scott's band. I want to be in their band too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's just to name a few.
All right. If you had a message to give to your fans, what would that be?
My message to my fans, man, my few and far between fans.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're gonna have a Friday Night Live. You got some new ones on here listening. And
I hope so. I hope I gain some new ones.
Yeah, we're loving you.
But I just want to say to my fans, I appreciate all the support, first of all. And I know I got, my family, that's my number one support, my mom, my dad. You know what I'm saying? Them the two, they're the president of the fan club there. So, but I want to thank them. Then the rest of my friends, my immediate friends and family, they know who I'm talking about, the crew and all them people. But I just want to say thank you guys. I love y'all, man. And like I said, I got this album coming out in the spring called The Journey. And like I said, it's been a couple of years and it's been a long road to get to this point where I can put out another album. So all that is going into this album here. So just want to say stay tuned and keep following me. And I do little Facebook shows here and there, so keep supporting that as well. And now that COVID is starting to subside a little bit, I'm out, getting ready to do a concert in April with my band, All Purpose Band. So stay tuned for that as well. So.
All right. Okay, so I was incorrect. Babyface is from Indianapolis.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
I'm just so excited about your new CD coming out, The Journey. So when will it be out next month or April or like kind of?
Yeah, really... late April, early May, at the latest.
Okay.
That's when that'll be coming out.
Okay. What advice would you give a young person that is learning to play the saxophone that wants to be a professional saxophonist?
Practice. It's as Kirk Williams said, it's always something to work on, no matter how good you get. No matter, what it's always something to learn. With me, I can't say I'm the best, but I mean, I damn sure put in a lot of work to get to where I am. So I tell them, practice, stay humble, do your homework, listen to some of the older saxophonists that came up in the day, Charlie Parker and John Coltrane, and even Grover Washington, who got me started. Listen to them. Mm-hmm. And I want to say, and then most importantly, find your own sound. Don't try to sound like the guys that's out already. Have your own sound so people can distinguish you from everybody else who's out here, because that goes a long way as well. So that's in a short answer. That's the first things I tell them.
You know what? That's good. What you said. Find your own style, your own flavor. Find your own. That was really, really good. I like that. I really like that. Okay. So we are at the end. I wanted to ask you, do you have any shout outs that you wanted to give to some special people in your life that have helped you along your musical journey?
Yeah. Like I said, first of all, my mom, my dad.
Hey, mom and dad. I wonder.
They probably listen.
Hey.
But I want to thank them first and foremost, because they was with me when I was sounding like a hot mess and screeching and all that stuff, and buying me all these expensive saxophones and all that. So to them, I want to say thank you. To my babes, thank you as well for supporting me. To my friends from the crew, and my some of my high school friends that's been supporting me and rocking with me as well. I appreciate all y'all. And my family as well. They've been supporting me from Alabama and all over the world. I want to say thank you guys, and keep tuning in because what I'm saying, it's finna really get started now, and I'm finna really get out there and start pushing this album and pushing myself as well because I think it's well overdue. So
I'm very excited, and I'm really looking forward to see what wonderful things that are going to be coming up for you in the near future. All right. So what I know you got something else for us. So what you got for us next?
Yeah, so I'm going to do a song from the journey, and it's called Sweet South, and, just an ode to where I'm from and, where I came from and all that stuff. So it's a nice laid-back joint that I put together. And just me, basically, I came up with this concept when I was down in Alabama, probably like a couple of years ago. I was down there, and I was rolling to the backwoods in the country, and what I'm saying, like I was just rolling this song, like the melody came to my head, and it came up with this. So hope you guys like it.
You heard it first on Friday Night Live. Kelvin Evans. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Kelvin.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. What was the name of that song again?
It's called Sweet Sweet South.
Sweet, Sweet Sound from his
Yeah.
new coming out this spring, The Journey.
The Journey.
Sir. Hey, Kelvin, you know what? I am just really honored that you agreed to be a guest on my show. Thank you so much for
Man.
coming on here and sharing your beautiful gift with us. Best wishes to you and your future endeavors. And we're going to be talking real soon. Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good to me. Thank you so much for having me on. This was fun. Like I said, I'm very grateful and humbled to be on your show. You chose little old me to be on with you. So I appreciate it.
All right. You take care, Kelvin.
Okay, you do the same. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Entertainment presents Friday Night Live Inspiration Celebration Gala 2021. Friday, March 19th from 7 to 10 p.m. Join the host of the FNL virtual show, media producer, Kat Potter. Featuring national headliner and comedian, David Brown, and special guest artists, saxophonist Cameron Ross. Greg Happy Guitar Haynes. Singer Anitra Bratcher. Saxophonist Ron Rember Jr. And flutist Daryl Evans Jones. This event is free and open to the public. Located at Gateway Convention Center, 1 Gateway Drive, Collinsville, Illinois, 62234. Vendor opportunities are also available. The deadline to submit applications is March 10th. For more information, call 618-772-7391. That's 618-772-7391. Love donations are graciously accepted and appreciated. Don't miss this evening of musical inspiration. Friday Night Live Inspiration Celebration Gala 2021. Face masks are required and social distancing will be enforced.
All right. So it is Blowout Friday. Here is the trivia question. Which president of America signed and passed the Law of Voting Rights Act? Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, or Lyndon B. Johnson? You know the answer? Put it in the comments. And we got the Stamp Keeper coming up next. And we're going to find out who the winner is a little bit later, all right? So who signed the Voting Rights Act? All right. Okay, so let me tell you about my next guest, Charlene Blair. Charlene has been a stamp keeper for over 25 years. She is the founder and executive director of the National Museum of African American on Stamps, known as NEMAS. It is a virtual and traveling museum dedicated to sharing the hobby of stamp collecting, hosting pop-up exhibits, and providing sources and resources to learn Black history. She is an award-winning exhibitor and has won 4 bronze ribbons in stamp show competitions. NEMAS was founded in 2017, and it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, my sister friend, Charlene Blair. Hello, girl.
How you doing, friend?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for another invitation.
Of course. I mean, you're just a veteran at this now, girl.
This is my 3rd time, so we're family.
Yes, but you know, you give so
I can make mistakes and everything.
and get away with it, right? You give such really good, rich information, things that we didn't even know about our history, about stamps on African Americans on stamps that we need to know. And so that's why I keep having you come back. We need to know this stuff. You know,
Yeah,
so
I appreciate that.
Yes, and you have all the keys and all the information and wisdom to share with us. So we're going to do
researcher. I'm a good researcher and share information.
Yes. Well, we really appreciate you. And we're so happy to have you back on Friday Night Live. And I'm really excited about the topic tonight that we're going to do. Women. Oh, I am so excited.
Yes, because
you have to show us. Yes.
Well, as I've said, shows, you know, we have about 300, almost 300 African Americans on stamps, on U.S. stamps. So you could take any one of those stamps and do a whole presentation on. So today, I'm just going to look at, there are about 40 women on stamps. Well, we'll look at about 10 of them, 10 to 15 minutes of time, and I'll just kind of zoom through.
Okay.
Are you ready for me to share the?
Ready for you, whenever you're ready. Come on, girl. We're ready. I can hardly wait.
Catherine, before we share, I do want to do one thing. This is dedicated to 2 women. You'll see them in the presentation. And I know you're giving away a prize tonight if people do the trivia correct. And you asked me, did I have something to give away? And I didn't at that time where I was thinking about it. But in honor of Cicely, in memory of Cicely Tyson, I just want to gift you with her new book.
Me?
Because I am. This is a gift to Catherine in honor of Black History Month. And
you're going to make me cry. I wanted that book.
It's been hard to get it, so I thought this would be hard for you. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We do something special for Catherine sometime.
Thank you so much. Oh,
I'll get it to Sunday, sometime this weekend.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Thank you, Charlene. Okay, so I'm looking for your screen. I'm
bringing it up now.
Okay. You see my stamps in the background?
Yes.
Okay.
So here we are. So we are looking at African American women, African American Black women on U.S. stamps tonight on Friday Night Live with Kat Carter. And as I mentioned, that basically this is an overview looking at the stamps and then some of the philatelic items that you can put with them to do exhibits. And so I did this for another group, and I kind of gave them some ideas of how I came up with starting with the National Museum of African Americans on Stamps anyway, basically starting to collect in 1991. And to be honest, I wrote a grant in 2012 trying to get $2,000 to start what I thought would be the Stamp Keeper Museum. But I was denied the grant, but I came back, started my Facebook page, and started what I called Cultural Collectibles. Then in 2013, I went to a conference with the Ebony Society of Philatelic Events and had a chance to meet the founder, Miss Hayes, at the 25th anniversary. And then 2016, as you know, the museum in DC opened.
Yes.
And I had a chance to visit it in 2016. And then when the Dorothy Height stamp came out in DC at Howard University, I went to that and had a chance to go to the museum again in DC. So I came back kind of really inspired and wanted to know, trying to figure out how could I merge these two passions, museums as well as stamps. So that's how I came up with the National Museum of African Americans on Stamps. I was glad that the domain name was available, nmaah.org. I took that as a sign that I was on track, especially when I saw that the National Museum of African American in Music had similar domain name. And it may know that they just opened up in Nashville, January.
Yes.
Martin Luther King's birthday. They opened up. It was a 20-year process, but they are open and running now. So have to start somewhere. So you guys may be looking at NEMODs now and part of the history that's going forth. So as I said, this is Miss Hayes, the founder of the only organization out there for people who collect Black heritage stamps, that collect African Americans on stamps, I will say. Because as I've told you in the past, there's two different groups. There are people in the Black Heritage series, the word Black Heritage is on the stamp, or people who are not in the series, like Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles, other people like that. And so Miss Hayes started that organization in '88. She was a college professor, and she was inspired by Jesse Owens, who was signing autographs at a stamp show. She was the only African American there, and he, gave her the challenge of how can we inspire people to appreciate the treasures that we have in our community. Mm-hmm. So meeting her at the 25th anniversary, I was just kind of in awe, had her sign my program. That's what you see before you.
Wow.
And there's a picture of us at the 25th anniversary in Charlotte. Then at the 30th anniversary, we actually were in Virginia, and we had opportunity to go to the Capitol. And so this is a picture, she and I next to Sojourner Truth there. And as people were pushing her around in her wheelchair, she called me over to her and threw something in my bag, and it was just white tissue. She said, look at it later. So once I got back to the hotel room, the scarf that's to the right was in it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So that's really one of my treasured possessions, and I really love her for that. And unfortunately, like I said, she actually passed. There's two other members who had a chance to take a picture with her. She actually passed that January 2019 once we got back. Wow. So the presentation's dedicated in her memory, as well as in the memory of Bernice Fields. Now, Bernice is an attorney from Minneapolis, or was. She wrote this article about deltas that are on stamps, and the American Philatelist magazine put it on the front cover. And believe me, that was not an easy feat. That I think of only one other time that we may have been featured on the front of that magazine, pertaining to African Americans. Uh-huh. That organization has, the American Philatelic Society started in the 1800s and have been doing stamps, for a while. And so for us to get on the front cover was special. And as a result of that cover, a member of Delta Sigma Theta, of course, Bernice was a member, decided to take that a little further and do a fundraiser, a scholarship fundraiser. She invited Bernice to speak and then me to have a pop-up exhibit. So what you see there are women who are on stamps. And they used the title Extraordinary Ordinary Black Women on U.S. Stamps at that event. So that's why I'm giving them credit. That's the front part of the program. And then inside was the bio for myself and Bernice.
That's beautiful.
So these are some of the resources that I use. A couple of my mentors on here. So I think I've told you all in the past about how stamps in the U.S. started in 1847, and then how we came on the scene in 1940. You see the people below: Booker T, Audubon, the 13th Amendment, and George Washington Carver. And then they backtracked to Booker T. Washington's birthplace. And then in 78, they came up with a series to be more consistent for African Americans. We are the oldest running series. They started off with Harriet Tubman. You all know all about her. And then, but there actually were 6 more men before another person appeared, who was Mary McLeod Bethune. So Harriet started out first. And as you all know, her name was Araminta Ross. They called her Minty or Moses for her people. And the $20 bill got postponed. And so the legislation was saying that it was going to come back out in 2028. They were going to consider thinking about it again. But there are people who are actually fighting now to try to get that moved up. From
the $20 bill, yeah.
Yes, yes. So I won't read all that. And so this magazine, this Minty magazine on Harriet Tubman, I actually just got that this month from Michael's.
Wow.
Their craft section that they have for Black History Month.
Yeah.
I got that book, and it's illustrated by Jerry Pinkney. Now, Jerry Pinkney designed Harriet Tubman stamp, Martin Luther King, Benjamin Banneker, and Scott Joplin. And Jerry Pinkney, I kept saying, oh, why is that name so familiar? Why is that name so familiar? And that's because when we were at the World Stamp Show in 2016 in New York, he actually was the speaker for ESPR and was signing the postcards.
Wow.
So, right here at the bottom.
I see it.
Corner. Yay. So I'm glad you picked it up this, over there for Black History Month.
That's nice. And he signed it to, he signed it to Charlene. See her name on there?
Yes. Woo!
So cool.
So these are what you call dragon cards. Now we have something called maxi cards that are a little bigger than this, but I was on another call with somebody and he talked about maxi cards. So I found a person who sells these. So I bought what Black Heritage he had, the ones that he had, and they just happened to be some of women, and they worked with this presentation.
Wow.
So Sojourner Truth is the only person, African-American person I know that has something named after. She has this Mars rover, Sojourner is called, named after her. I have a friend that does presentations or is all into space and astronomy and all of that when it comes to stamps. So this is one of the ones she called out. And actually the gentleman, Felix sent me a scan of that. So whenever you see that little oval like that, that's a scan that I got from somebody and not in my personal collection, but I put it in here. And the next, and so these stamps are in the order that they came out, not necessarily, of course, by their date of birth or when they died.
Okay.
And this is all strictly by the order they came out. These are some 11 by 17 posters. So I have those and actually can put them in frames or if I decide to, but for this presentation, I just scanned them so that you guys can see them. So I know a lot of you all got to see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That was out. Yeah, and her real name is Gertrude Pridgett, married to William Paul Rainey in 1904. And she was a big influence for Bessie Smith and Louis Armstrong. And there's her stamp in the bottom corner there. So you remember that was Chadwick Boseman's last movie by Viola Davis. And of course, that movie, the movie was inspired by plays by August Wilson. You all, The Fences is the most one that you might remember him by, the one that was also made into a movie with Viola Davis and Denzel Washington. So this was, yes. And so August Wilson stamp actually is out now. You can go to your local post office or order it online. And the reason why you see that little card to the left of the stamp is because I went to the local post office, Glen Carbon, and actually got a brand new set. That was her first time opening it. And those cards are really hard to come by. And apparently in the past, the post office would put a stamp on them and use them for first day of issues. And so collectors used to really get them. But now apparently the U.S. Post Office employees keep them. So after they open a new pack, they get to keep the cards. So luckily I got a nice lady when I went to pick up the August stamps that same day that they went out on the 28th, right? That Thursday was the day that Cicely Tyson died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got online, Catherine, and got the 2 copies of the book. Because I just,
wow.
And they sold out. A lot of places, they're already sold out.
I know. I've been trying to get that book. That's why I was about in tears when you showed it.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's yeah. Ooh, my things is so sensitive. Hold on. Oh, there we go. And so then the next, Ethel Waters, she was on that last time we showed, began her career in the 1920s. She was the first African-American to star in a television show. Now, what you see at the bottom, the first day cover, the St. Louis Stamp Show, that particular year in 2017, they have a different theme every year that they have a stamp show. And it just happened to be Scott Joplin that year. And so the artist, Tom Miner is his name, was signing the first day covers. And I grabbed a bunch of the ones that had Scott Joplin with an African-American. And so just happening goes well with this presentation as well. Andra Day playing the United States versus Billie Holiday. That actually kicks off tonight on Hulu, but I think somebody texted me and said they saw it already, so it may already be out there on the thing. Billie Holiday, and we know she was famous for Strange Fruit, which is a song that got her in a lot of trouble, and ultimately people allowed her to die because to keep that song from going forth. But nothing stops when this right is right. If anything made it stronger to be out. So that's on Hulu now tonight, Billie Holiday. And this is a maxi card. Like when I said you could have bigger cards, that's in the first day cover. And I actually just ordered those once I saw that, Audrey was playing it and the movie was coming out. Next group, Bessie Smith, Bessie Coleman. Harriet Tubman actually has 2 stamps. She has the one on her own from 78, and then she has this one, which is a part of the Civil War stamps that has also Frederick Douglass on it.
Wow.
And we have the Madam C.J. Walker. As you all know, we have Annie Malone here in St. Louis, the big Annie Malone parade. You all saw that movie that was out about Madam C.J. Walker. I think, and a lot of people, it was kind of controversial, where people felt like, Madam C.J. Walker wasn't the first person that was a millionaire, that it was the Annie Malone. But we know that they are 2 women that were influential for us, regardless. Bessie Coleman. So this is a ceremony program from when her stamp came out in 95. So when you open it up, it has like everybody that was at that ceremony. Some of the programs are signed by the people who were there and who spoke. The items below are Celebrate Black History Month. Bessie Coleman, the post office, will put these out and put them, circulate them there. And I believe I got this from Patricia Parker. She might be on here. She's on here. Those. And so I saved them, and then I, put them in exhibits like this. Or if we're out, then I may put them in the frame too, so that people can read about the person. Now, this is issued by the post office itself, the American Commemorative. They put the stamps in there and then a description about the person. This is a scan, actually, again, from Felix. Now, something that's interesting, see how those 4 stamps are there? And you see the perforations down the middle and across the side?
I see it.
So the Voices of Harlem Renaissance stamps came out last year. And so once the stamps are out, it's a little bit later, then the post office will put out a commemorative like this panel. Well, the ones that I got, my stamps don't have the perforation on the side. It's just straight. And that means it's an imperforation type stamp. And that's more valuable than ones that have the perforation. So that was just kind of a lucky draw.
Wow.
I didn't think those were mistakes, but I read somewhere else that the post office sometimes purposely puts out stamps. So when you buy your stamps, make sure you look at the whole page before you start using it, because sometimes you might get that lucky one that's not stamped, that's not perforated. So we have the Mahalia Jackson. These are considered the gospel singers' songs. So the CD that you see there, I've never even opened it. I've looked for other copies of it or to see online if anybody else have it, and I have not found anybody else with it. So I just chose not to even open it up. And so I thought it was interesting how everybody had their last name except Sister Rosetta. So I had to go, make sure I had showed that what her true last name was. So you can Google, of course, any of them and hear their music, and it's just really kind of inspiring.
I grew up on a lot of Mahalia Jackson.
Yes, and she was at the Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, edging him on, right?
Yeah.
Tell them about the dream, Martin. Tell them about the dream. And here we have I called out Zora Neale Hurston, a part of the Harlem Renaissance. Like this, at some point when I may do an exhibit just on Harlem Renaissance and include her Voices of Harlem Renaissance stamps, maybe James Baldwin, Langston Hughes, just a whole group of people who were during that particular time. As we know, her big popular novel was Their Eyes Were Watching God. In the interest of time, I'm zooming through. And so we have Marian Anderson, which, as you know, that's my signature exhibit that I bronze in St. Louis and Virginia at the American Philatelic Society. Then we have Hattie Mcdaniel. And actually, Hattie Mcdaniel is a member of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, of which I am a member. And we have, well, let me go back. Here's Hattie Mcdaniel first and Marian Anderson. That middle first day cover there in the middle is the one that really inspired me to do her exhibit. It's still just really pretty to me. And to the left is a scan of a program of the ceremony, the dedication ceremony. And then at the bottom left is a Hattie Mcdaniel longer first day cover, first day envelope. Apparently the post office used to have people make these. This one was made by Kendall Bevel. He's really known in the stamp world for his really unique covers and envelopes that he does. But he made this special for the post office workers at Central Illinois Performance Clusters, my understanding. So they've kind of changed from a lot of that. So that's probably why they're keeping those cards now when they open up the stamps, the new packs. So getting back to Hattie Mcdaniel, like I said, she's a member of Sigma Gamma Rho. She died of breast cancer at 57. We have an awareness initiative named after her on breast cancer awareness. It started off as breast cancer, but it has expanded, includes really all cancers. And this is a pop-up exhibit that I've done for them. I did it for like 2 or 3 years, I think. They bring in a speaker and then I just set up a table. I didn't do it this year though. And then here are other people on the NAACP stamp. So of course, I'm calling out Fannie Lou Hamer on this. The more I learn about her, I'm just really, all of them are inspiring, but her story is the one, of course, when she gave the speech with in Congress, and where she was saying, giving her story and what happened to her and being assaulted in prison and all the things that she went through just to keep us moving forward. That is just amazing. We all know a lot that we've gone through, people in the background that have.
Is that Medgar Evers? I saw Medgar Evers on there.
He's on that stamp with her. So there, the NAACP put out some stamps. The post office put out stamps honoring the NAACP's 100th anniversary. And so they coupled 2 people on each stamp. It's a real pretty one that they have.
Yeah, this is really, I really like this
one.
one.
Out here for the women's stamp. And these scans that I have here, actually, I don't know if Clarence may be on here, but he made these. He scanned these and made these. he made them for the luncheon, and I had him, because they use theirs as fundraisers and either sold or don't, you know, auction them off. And I had him make me some. I paid for them, of course, and I scanned mines, and I'm using them for this presentation. And like I said, doing it in memory of Ms. Hayes, who's the founder of the Black Stamps organization, and Bernice, who had the opportunity to have her article printed on the front of the American Philatelist. Here, Gwendolyn Brooks at the bottom, right. So that she is actually in a series on poets. So you really have to look at all the stamps that come out. The post office puts out each year from 50 to 60 stamps. You really have to look at all of them and then go through and see if you see any African Americans on there, because I may have missed that one if I was just not looking for, you know, looking at the American poets that came out in 2020, in 2012. I would have missed it. So we just call it out. Not everyone has the word. Like I said, she's not in the Black Heritage series. She's part of a overall group of stamps on poets, American poets. And then Catherine Dunham, as we all know, there's the Catherine Dunham House is still in East St. Louis. You know, when we were growing up, if you didn't go through the Catherine Dunham technique, you know, you were slow or something, or you weren't, you know, you weren't hip. So at some point, all of us, you know, were down at the East St. Louis SIU or whatever that center was at one time. And we learned the technique as kids. I remember that's where I first met Reggie Hutland. So I'm just really proud to see where he has gone, you know, with his career being a producer and everything. But the Catherine Dunham House is still in East St. Louis, and it's like a center or area that they are trying to maintain and keep up, just like all the other museums, you know, and everybody's somewhat struggling right now, especially museums. Because even Wells Fargo, we had 12 museums and they're closing 11 of those. And they're only keeping the one in San Francisco.
Wow.
In the interest of time. And here's another one, Edna Lewis. I may have missed her if I had not looked at all of the stamps. She is part of the chefs, the famous chefs series.
Okay.
Then we have, of course, Maya Angelou, Sarah Vaughan, Dorothy Height. Dorothy Height is, of course, the ceremony that I said I went to in DC and really enjoyed it. Now look at that Maya Angelou stamp. Now that is somewhat controversial. My understanding is the quote that's on the stamp is not necessarily her quote, but was inspired by something she said. So even having those stamps, if you have those and they're in your collection, that's you know, something to hold on to because it's an error. And I actually went back and found the USA Philatelic magazine that when I first saw this in 2015, I expected the stamp to look like this. I thought, what a nice picture. So I was shocked when, you know, we came out with the other one. This is from 2015. These are free. The USA Philatelic magazines are free. But I try to save the ones that pertain to us, that are on about African Americans, which might be, you know, might go a whole year and not have one, but at some point within the next year, you'll get one. And so these are cards, maxi cards, or first day cover cards. First day cover envelopes concerning stamps. I called out Miss Doris Gold. She is known in the stamp world for her first day covers that she does. So of course she, you know, they're hand painted or drawn. And so something like this would be more expensive than say the one to the right of Barbara Jordan, because like this one may be computer generated. You know what I mean? It's computer generated versus somebody hand painting. And usually when they draw these, you may only have one of 20, two of 20. You know, they only make a certain amount, a certain number, maybe 100. And they tell you on the back of them what number you have. So that would be a specialty one.
Wow.
And then even with the other ones, they may only make so many of, you know, like the Barbara Jordan, you may only have so many of those too. But when you have ones that are hand painted, hand drawn, you know, those are more special. And okay, this is me at the Dorothy Height ceremony. So, you know, I was so excited. You see, I took pictures of everything that was there, that was going on. Here's the final with the Lena Horne. And as I said, those bottom two are part of the Voices of Harlem. Sample was 4 of them, and they're out now. And I shouted myself out. We have not found any other women. No one has told me about any other woman Black woman who has exhibited at the APS at that level and won something. So that's me at the bottom. That picture almost did not happen because we had a meeting around the same time, and I ran around there to get my award, and the guy was like, "Do you still want a picture?" I was like one of the last people, and I said, "Yeah," because I just had a feeling I was probably making some kind of history there. So, and I did. So someone gifted me with some birthday stamps right there. And though I think they're 34 cents, but I still can use them. I've put them on a couple cards recently and they went through. Just added the additional postage. And then here we are, the end. Of course, any donations are always appreciated. You can mail them in. We have Cash App, Stamp Keeper, No Files 2, Stamp Keeper 2, and our PayPal. And I think we did it, Catherine, in the 30 minutes. I walked through it fast. I'm not sharing. I just stopped sharing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you came the last time, we didn't do a lot of women. If we did, it wasn't.
We did an overview of African Americans on stamps in general, and then did I come back the second time and do Marvin Gaye? I couldn't remember.
Marvin Gaye.
We focused on Marvin Gaye last time, and then this one is.
This is nice. This is nice. Stan Pertle's on here. He said he wanted to see. What did he say? He wanted to see someone with some Alpha 5.
Yeah, like Thurgood Marshall, right? Thurgood Marshall. There's several of them.
Yeah. You have a couple of Sorrows on here too. They saying hi to you as well. Go back to oh wow. Cheryl, did you enjoy this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm like almost, I don't even have the words to say. I'm just like, wow.
Well, now because we're not able to go out and do the pop-ups and the conferences and things like that, I've been trying to do more of the PowerPoints and then do presentations like this. Actually, I did one yesterday, even at work. I did the overall for that one. And this particular presentation I did Tuesday for the American Topical Association, another organization that just focuses on anything you think about. You may do Winston Churchill, you may do butterflies, you may do trains, planes, automobiles, cartoons, whatever. They have some type of, they have all the information for you that you would be needing to do your collection. So I'm in the process of developing more pop-ups at this point.
Yes, it's needed. It's really needed. And you have, your collection is like out of sight. Wow.
Thank you. Woo! 30 years is a long time. So you have a little bit of, of everything. So besides just the stamps, that's the way to try to make it a little interesting by adding souvenir pages, things like that. So when we were talking, I'm not going into what I'm doing with Cultural Charisma, but that is the arm that will be kind of the for-profit arm, doing the postcards, greeting cards and bookmarks to enhance and get the word out more about stamps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Charlene, as always, we love it when you come. I learned stuff that I didn't even know when you come. It's like, wow. Just when I think I've learned enough, then
that's the whole point of the stamps. That's what we're trying to let people know, that it's not just collecting, which is nice. It's a hobby. It's fun. It's been therapy for me. It's my happy place. I tell people, just collecting is one thing, but if nobody else sees it, then, you're not really serving the people the way you want to. And
right.
I think Clarence may be on here. He always says stamps teach, and so does I think the APS. That may be their logo that they sew. Oh, Clarence says every stamp has a story. Yeah, that's his saying. Every stamp has a story. APS always says stamps teach. So you could take any stamp, do a whole research, story on that one person. But we're trying to, make it interesting and do a variety of things. So, of course, in our community, stamp collecting is not at the top of the list, and not even getting into the possibility of wealth building. That's a whole another issue.
Right.
And my job. Right. I don't know if you all know a movie called Charade. If you don't, go look it up. Charade. It's about a man who stole $250,000, and he had a group of people, 5 people, and he stole the money, and he put the money in stamps, 3 stamps, put them on an envelope, and mailed them to his wife. And so go watch the story. It's interesting. And so that's the way that you can build wealth. You know, it would be called alternative security type things if you really want to get into it. Investments and you know, that your advisor, if you're a financial advisor, they can talk to you about that, about how you can. Of course, everything's insured and you have to document it. But that's one way. Another way that we as African Americans can build, because other people have been building it like that.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Yeah, it's like we got to start somewhere. We start. Right. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Yes. Yeah. I want to give you an opportunity because I'm sure you probably have some people on here that that work with you, or you're that work closely with you with the stamps, or are affiliated with you with the stamps. So give some shout outs. I want you to give some shout outs. We have some new people on here that are on here, so I know some of them are probably your friends. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes. I'm click over to the comments. I saw names. Of course, I see Carmen and Bonnie and Tina, and I see Peaches. I don't know. Peaches might be a new person. Pauline. So give her a shout out if she's a new person. I see Patricia Parker on here. Like I said, I think she gave me that one sheet that I showed with Bonnie with the
comment too. She said, when you go to buy stamps, please ask for the Black Heritage stamps when you go to buy stamps.
Now, like I said, if you say Black Heritage, they may say, okay, August Wilson, because he has Black Heritage on there. But you may also still be able to get, like Gwen Eiffel is in Black Heritage, but there may also be somebody like Marvin Gaye or Ray Charles. Like I said, well, they're not there anymore, but I'm just saying sometimes the person who's at the post office may only look for the word Black Heritage, not knowing that there are other African Americans that are being issued, like the Voices of Harlem are still too. So just maybe thumb through the USPS.com website too to get on what's out.
That's Stan Pertle showing us. We know. Yes. Okay. So I know we're a little bit over 8 o'clock, but I mean, I didn't want to rush. This is like really good, rich information that we need to know. I was
trying to make sure you stayed in the time frame.
You're fine. And as always, we really appreciate you, and we love it. Every time you come to Friday Night Live, you give us some really great information, and it's very interesting. Like I said, I'm always learning things when you come, and I'm sure that some of my viewers, my mom, I'm sure knows a lot of this stuff. But
I see Lauren Parks from the Miles Davis house in East St. Louis. We've been to that location and had a pop-up on Miles Davis a couple times. I think we have. Yes. I'm just flipping through you told me to give a few shout outs.
Go ahead.
I'm looking through the names right there. See if anybody made a comment. So I don't know. I see Newton Collier is on here. He follows Nemas, makes comments. Thanks. I see Clarence. He is on here. Clarence McKnight made a comment.
Are Black Heritage, are they forever stamps?
Yes.
Okay. There was a question.
The most recent ones are, trying to remember how far back they started, but they started making them as forever stamps too. Like a Harriet Tubman or the early ones might not. They're not. They weren't, they just started the whole forever thing recently in the last few years. Now, and they also did shorten the amount of time that you have to be deceased to be on a stamp. So now that it's only 3 years, I'm expecting to see more people like, I'm sure soon as Cicely Tyson hits 3 years, she'll probably be out. And they may even do it before. Like Diane Carroll, I'm expecting to see them on a stamp, definitely within that, once that 3 year hits. But it's be 10, 15 years because, like I said, sometimes they like to wait for like 50th year of their birth or their death or something like that. But I hope we get to see them before that time.
Me too. All right, Sister Fran. Thank you.
Thank you. And looking forward to seeing you March 19th.
Yes, you coming. I know you coming. You're gonna be you're gonna be one of the vendors at the
Yes, we have a special giveaway I'm preparing. Well, it's not a giveaway, it's a raffle. We'll have something very special to for you to buy a ticket or donate, make a donation, and then you get so many tickets. We'll have something
we're gonna
special.
have some fun that evening, aren't we? We're gonna have a good time. All right. Okay, Charlene. Well, as always, thank you so much for spending of your time on Friday Night Live, giving us some informative, great information that we need to know. Best wishes to you in your future endeavors. And I'm just really excited to see how much further, because it's almost like you're just beginning, but you've been doing it for a while. There's just so much more. So I'm just so excited to see what the future holds for you. And like if one of those stamps become a whole lot of money, like later, Friday Night Live, do we get like 10%, 1%? My daughter said 50%. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you so much.
You'll have to fight my son. You have to fight.
Thank you so much. And I'll be calling you again. This is not the last time you'll be here. Okay. All right. So you take care, Charlene. Thank you for the Cicely Tyson book. Oh my goodness. That is just so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
I'll get it to you.
Okay. All right. You take care.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Did you all enjoy Charlene? OMG, Cheryl. OMG. Woo! That was some really good information. Really, really good information. Thank you so much, Charlene. Here is her website. If you guys want to get in contact with her or learn more about the museum, it's NEMAS. National Museum of African Americans on Stamps. And I have it at the bottom right there, nemas.org. All right. So, Cheryl. Okay. So let's do our accolades. Let's go ahead and do our accolades. Okay. So, we need to give the winner, right? So let me see who won. The question was, I got so excited with Charlene, I forgot. That's why I need you. Okay. Which president of America signed and passed the Law of Voting Rights Act? It was Lyndon B. Johnson. All right. So if you pick C, let me see. You got a winner already. Let me see. Mother the Boss. Mother the Boss. You won tonight, honey. You won tonight. Okay. So Mother the Boss. You still on here? Okay, I need you to pick Nelson Mandela, Lena Horne, or Thurgood Marshall. One of those is going to have a $50 gift card underneath. Okay, so put it in the comments which one you want. Nelson Mandela, Lena Horne, or Thurgood Marshall. Okay, while she's doing that, Cheryl, let's do some bless you. Let's do some accolades. So we definitely want to thank Kelvin Evans for hanging out with us on Friday Night Live. Did you enjoy him?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was beautiful, beautiful selection. You know what? And Kevin Moore was on here. I don't know if he's still here, but I got to give a shout out to my brother, Kevin Moore. Usually we play his songs at the beginning of the show in the prelude. And so today we did Can I Testify? And that's from his CD entitled Every Breath We Take. Hey, Kevin. Also want to share a shout out to Charlene Blair. Thank you so much, Charlene of NEMAS. Oh, wow. That was just wonderful. All right. And then next week we have a Trumpster coming. Ooh, we've never had a Trumpster. We got he's a Trumpster songwriter. Trumpeter. What a.
Not a Trumpster.
I mean, trumpeter. I did it wrong. I gotta go do it over. Okay, but I think I just copied and pasted. So we got Ryan Montana coming. Ryan Montana is coming next week. And also Dr. Rodney Alford is going to be back in the house. We're going to be talking about colorectal cancer. And so you guys will be able to ask questions. He's going to answer questions. And we're going to learn more about that disease. All right. Want to give a shout out to all of our credits. Thank you so much. It's because of these credits we can have the great music that we do. And This guy right here, Chan Hall, he's been on here before. You remember Chan?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you all are not doing anything tomorrow night, he has a free concert online tomorrow night at 6:00. And I have the link on the Friday Night Live page. Check him out. All right. Did Mother DeBose, did she tell us what she wants? Thurgood. She wants Thurgood Marshall. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. All right. So she didn't pick Lena Horne. Lena Horne was $25.
Oh.
She didn't pick Nelson Mandela. Oh. She picked Thurgood. Thurgood.
15 at Walmart. Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to Mother DeVos. Congratulations, Mother
That's like 2 weeks of
DeVos.
groceries at Walmart.
Well, maybe a day. All right. And then what else do we have to do? Go ahead and give a few shout outs. Okay, we'll do the commercials at the end. Go ahead and give a few shout outs for us.
All right.
Put the microphone to you.
All right. Let's see who we have on the horn today. We got Bonnie Wilson over here on YouTube. We got Team Donaldson with the Illumination Kingdom Teachings over on YouTube as well. Hey guys. We got Walter Williams. Glad to see you.
Hey,
again.
President of the NAACP, Edwardsville branch.
We got Clarence McKnight. What's up?
Hey, Clarence.
Let's see. We got Lady Jackson over here as well. It's
Hey,
always
Lady
good to see
Jackson.
Lady Jackson. She has our heart.
Yes.
We got Mother DeVos. Congratulations, Mother
Mother
DeVos.
DeVos.
We got Lauren Parks. Glad you came out. I hope you enjoyed.
Hold on one second. Let me give a shout out to this woman right here. This is Lisa Boykin, and the name of her business is Rachel Elijah Creative Productions. She is the one who made the band, and it also have upside down. Wait, I also have this to go with it. So if you want more information about getting a hold of this, inbox me and I'll give you her information. But her business is called Rachel Elijah Creative Productions. Thank you, Lisa. Okay.
All right. We also have Patricia.
Parker. Hey, Patricia.
Patricia. We got Carmen Cunningham.
Hey, Carmen.
Hey, Carmen. We got Gigi. Hey, Gigi.
Hey, Gigi.
Mwah. We got Anderson Jumper. Glad you came out. Hope you enjoyed.
Mr. Jumper is on here.
Yes, Mr. Jumper is
Hey,
on
Mr.
here.
Jumper and Stan Pirtle. OMG.
Stan
Wow.
Pirtle is on here. Yes. Mrs. Gerald. I will
Hey,
never
Mrs.
miss
Gerald.
Hi. Charmaine Aaron. I'm glad you came out as well. I hope you enjoyed. We got Pauline Hornberger. Hope you enjoyed
Hi,
as
Pauline.
well. Welcome. You got Miss Deborah Pitts. Hey,
Deborah Pitts. Hey, Sister Pitts. Love you.
We got Donna Coleman. Hey, Donna.
Hey, sister.
Welcome back.
Yes. Uh-oh. Did you see Portland on there?
Amy was on here.
Did you get Karan? Portland? Lillian?
Auntie Ada.
Auntie Ada.
Amy.
Okay.
Portland E.C. Ward. Kevin Moore. Hey, Kevin. Miss Karan. Hey, girl.
Don't forget Karan.
Got Amy Worth up in here.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Thank you so much for giving your book away so that I can give it to one of the teenagers here. Thank you.
Oh, we got Tina Wilson as well.
Tina, yay!
I think that might be it. Oh, Auntie T.
Hey, Auntie T.
Cradles.
Hey, Team Cradle in the house.
We got Newton Collier. We got another new.
Hey, Newton.
Hey.
Wow, this is just really exciting to have new people on here. If you all are enjoying the show, you can always go to my Friday Night Live Facebook page and hit follow. We're on every Friday night, and it'll give you a notification when I'm on.
And we're also on YouTube.
Yes, we're also on YouTube. And I got these tickets. y'all. I got them. So get in contact with me. The concert is Oh, the concert is free, but you need the tickets. So get in contact with me so I can get your tickets out to you. Okay, so you guys have a great weekend. Thank you again for hanging out with me on Friday Night Live. We love you here, and take care. Introducing national recording artist, saxophonist Ronald Rembert Jr. Music for inspirational music to move you, soothe you, and groove to. Available at Amazon Music, iTunes, and other online platforms. Ronald also has a new designer shoe, the Double Quarter Anointed 1S. This shoe is custom designed and handcrafted in Italy. Once you buy a pair, the custom shoes are manufactured and shipped to you. Style meets comfort with a dose of swag. A street-styled low sneaker with sporty sole. Check out the Double Quarter Anointed 1S shoe and Ronald Rembert Jr. Music at anointedsax.com. Stepdads showing up and showing out. Check out this latest book written by inspiring author Dr. Cedric Rice. His book is loaded with tips for navigating the complex world of a blended family. Dr. Rice's goal is to encourage, equip, strengthen, and empower the men and the women who love and adore them to fully embrace the challenges, responsibilities, honor, and blessings associated with being a stepfather. The ultimate challenge as a stepfather is to always show up and show out. God is watching. This book can be purchased as a softcover or Kindle at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and iUniverse.com. Stepdads, showing up and showing out. Encourage a stepfather today. Are you shopping for car insurance, business insurance, homeowners insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance? Well, let me introduce you to insurance agent Bryce Armstrong with State Farm. Reach out to him for all of your insurance needs. Give him a call or even request a quote at 618-205-1000. That's 618-205-1000 or Bryce at bstrong.biz. Bryce Armstrong with State Farm, our first choice with competitive prices and friendly service. Give him a call today.